Hi, I'm Suzanne Harmony with Harmony Helps. And I've just been inspired to share something with you that is like an epiphany for me. And I apologize for perhaps the way I look, but it's not very clear to me because I'm having a problem with my vision. But I decided to put this out there anyway because it's rather profound. Oddly, that it has to do with how I look. And I realized that that comes way back. That's something that affected me from years and years and years ago. I remember being a child and watching a television commercial and how one line on a commercial, and I remember it was for a hair product. It was hairspray. And the lady had beautiful hair, and her comment was, "Don't hate me because I'm beautiful." And I thought, wow, that's a statement. And honest to goodness, I think if I was 6 or 7 years old, it was profound. And every time that commercial came on, I thought, that's really sad that somebody would hate somebody because they're beautiful. But then I also even knew how that felt at that age of 6 or 7. Because I had that feeling come over me a number of times by several people, even at the tender age of 6 or 7. I knew what that felt like, that people hated me because I was beautiful, and I'm not bragging. I was a cute kid. I wasn't so beautiful. I was young. I shouldn't have been beautiful. But I think in the eyes of many people, I did get second and third looks. People were stunned at the innocence perhaps that came from me, or who knows what. The blue eyes, the blonde hair, the pink skin, the cuteness or something, I don't know. There was something alluring about me even at a young age, but the alluring was also annoying to some people. And so that sentence stuck with me. And I began to think about that in a way that I really didn't want people to hate me because I was beautiful. So then not even knowing it, in the young mind of a 6 or 7 year old, I decided to have people like me more then because they must hate me because I'm beautiful. And without knowing it, I became a people pleaser. I thought, well, they're going to like me for more than what they just see. And I studied people. I studied their behaviors and what they didn't like about themselves. I thought it would help them with it. And I began to, I guess, maybe helping them with their behaviors or helping them with what was a struggle for them. Or I would be better at what was a concern for them. And so I became a people pleaser. I knew that, my mom was tired in the morning or having difficulty with my siblings and myself. So I was a really good kid. I really was. I was the helper. Without asking, I would do more. And at school, I became the A1 student, which without knowing it began to be a problem for me because the other students didn't like me because I was, then I became known as the teacher's pet or egghead or, and it seemed like the more that I was doing to distract from people not hating me because I was beautiful, so to speak, outwardly attractive, the other things that I was doing to be better at, to take away from that, was actually adding to my situation of being centered out for being more than average and centering myself out and creating a greater detriment to myself. So what I lost was my self-sense, my sense of self and my self-worth in just being myself. So I was trying harder and I forgot to just be me. And I'm telling you this because I think it's important that we not lose our innocence over what we hear in a commercial. And today's commercials are pretty bizarre. And so parents, if you're out there and you hear this, pay attention even to perhaps what you were coerced in to just do it. or you're better than that, or, think about that. And yeah, kindness counts, absolutely. And be kind to yourself too. And I'm not trying to put a damper on all the goodness, but I would like you to remember to think about the funny decisions that we make when we're not so mature to make those big decisions, but that they pile onto us, and everything else that piled onto us turns us into somebody that we don't know who we are. But I began to realize also that I had consequences for those decisions. And so then I thought, what is it about them that I could learn from? What is it about these people who don't like me or are not liking me for who I am, how I am? What can I learn from them? What are their behaviors? Maybe I need to learn something from their behavior. And I would look at these people and say, well, maybe it's something about them that's irritating me that I need to fix in myself. So I began to see what was irritating them, that maybe that's an irritation. Maybe it's not the things I thought it was. And I got really good at self-examination. And you know what? No. I realized also some people have their own faults too. And what I realized is my behavior was aggravating them and bringing out the worst in them. But if we had a conversation instead of just going around and becoming worse about ourselves, we could find balance. We could say, hey, you know what? I know that my behavior, this way that I am, this is naturally me, but maybe it's over the top for you. If I could tone down, whatever's bothering you about me, so maybe you don't like my makeup or my jewelry, or you'd like me to wear baggy clothes around you or something, whatever makes you comfortable, I can do that. But know that that's not me all the time. But you're walking away from me with that attitude and not speaking to me, that's immature. And I'd like you to talk to me about your behavior or how you're feeling about me first. And then we can have, probably really good friendship. And so opening up to communication rather than assuming, rather than putting yourself through all this mayhem of what am I doing that's annoying them? Or am I annoying them? Or are they annoying me? Figure it out. Have a conversation. Open yourself up to maybe a bigger world of friendship. And know that everybody's struggling with something. And then go back, dig back. What was it that triggered you to behave differently in the first place? Was it something you overheard your parents talking about that you thought was about you? And maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was the neighbor's cat and you thought they were talking about you because you had a bad day that day. Ask questions. Get clarity. And it could have haunted you and changed your behavior for your whole life. And all the time it was about the neighbor's cat. Could have been. Could have been about the neighbor's kid. Could have been about the mailman. But we don't ask enough questions. We don't ask sooner, and we don't get the truth sooner. And we go around in a cloud of could have beens. Could have been a whole lot better. Let's make things better quicker. Let's tell the truth sooner. Tell the truth sooner. Get out of your head. Get into your heart. Know your truth. And don't let a silly commercial about don't hate me because I'm beautiful make you a dum-dum. Ruining relationships because you think that's what mattered when it didn't. And people really didn't hate you because you're beautiful. They just felt like you thought you were better than them. And I never did. I really never did. People thought I was unapproachable. I'm not. I'm really lovely. I'm kind. I'm considerate. I love conversations. I love laughter. I love to know more about you. I'm not unapproachable. Really. And what I don't like about people is that they close the door too soon without asking questions. Open up. Be brave. Find your sense of humor. I have a sense of humor. And sometimes my emotions, I wear them on my sleeve. If I'm crying, it's because I'm tired. I'm probably thirsty. Or I'm just emotional. Oh, and the moons. I'm sensitive to the moons. So pay attention to the moons. You too might not be a good day to have that conversation. Wait till it's a stable time. But I thought I should share that with you, that even something from your childhood. I'm 60 years old. I got my light bulb moment. That don't hate me because I'm a beautiful thing. And I don't know what I look like, because honest to God, what I'm looking at is pretty blurry for me. But my beauty, I feel, comes from the inside. And then I can talk to you openly and honestly. And I feel like the most beautiful part of me is my honesty and my time to take time to share my vulnerabilities and my courage. And my life circumstances have not always been the best, but I have some champions. I have 3 beautiful daughters and 4 beautiful grandchildren. I'm so blessed. And they make me smile. And, you know, the road has not been paved with golden bricks, not for us, no. It's been bumpy, but we don't go hide from our problems. We address them. We talk about them. We talk honestly about our problems, our feelings, our issues. And I'm really proud of them and my beautiful grandchildren, 2 grandsons and 2 granddaughters. Bookends. and beautiful books. And all these beautiful little people who hopefully enjoy the wisdom that Nana has to share. When I do these things, I think maybe they'll look at these someday. Maybe they'll check out Nana on YouTube or wherever I show up in their world. And yeah, it'll be more than just kayaking down the creek out to the lake and having a swim. It's going to be something to think about. And I know that they too have such brilliance to share. And I look forward to theirs too. So if you've had a commercial that hit you hard, even in a good way, but the real things, you know, in life, and then think about it. Where did that sit when you were 7? And did you have all those wits about you to put it in the right context? And then how did it change your life? And how can you make it better now? This wisdom years. It's fun. Yeah. And not so frightening, because if you don't like me, you could have turned me off 10 minutes ago and I wouldn't know. And if you do like me, I'll bring you some more whenever the wisdom world turns on again. So I'm Suzanne Harmony, sharing a little light of wisdom with you at Harmony Helps. You can find me there and more of me with harmonyhelps.ca. Take care, 'cause you know who loves you. Bye-bye.